Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad you could join us. As usual, we will we will not be chatting for 45 minutes, 255 AD, but we will have maybe 20 minutes or so of chit chat before we start. But we are going to be watching Deep Space Nine this time around, and we will be watching episode 13 of season 2, which is Armageddon Game. So if you haven't gotten that queued up already on your end, go ahead and queue up the start of Armageddon Game on whatever platform you're going to watch it on, and just keep it paused at 0 at the beginning, and we'll start that here shortly. But first, uh,
Lots of blah 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 blah.
I was
Apparently,
I was just getting ready to throw it to you. I was just getting ready to ask you how your day was and how you were
I'm just
doing.
saying, that's our
Yeah,
shtick.
you had to get nasty.
We
You
yammer.
had to give me this.
No, no, that was not for you. That was for 255 AD.
Oh, I gotcha. Sure. Anyway, so how are you?
Uh, it's been a day. It's been a day and then some.
Yeah.
Corey, wow. Well, good on you and Vale for both wanting to be there for the kid. That's cool. And I'm impressed that the teacher is willing to stay that late, because
Yeah.
that is a
That's like 3 hours after the end of the school day.
and
Give
then
or
they
take.
actually still have to have the
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah.
I've been there that late.
Yes.
Although my
And
conference started at 4 o'clock.
yeah, you
It just
didn't
went
show up
until-
at like 6. Yeah, exactly.
No,
Um,
they just went until after 6.
And
Um,
unemotional mess asks, any room for a UK Trekkie? Always, always welcome.
sure, we got several others. It's
We
all
do, yeah,
good.
not the only one.
So I do want to
Hi, Andrew.
address
Yes,
passing bell hooks, because man,
yes, that was a very unwelcome surprise today.
I
Yeah,
mean, like kind of it's I think this is the one that's hit me the most since well, Ursula Le Guin back in 2018.
Mhm.
I mean, this is, and like I'd never met either of them or really had any expectation to, but it's just like, and they weren't producing anything new, and so like there's part of me that's like, nothing's really changed. So
yeah.
there, but at the same time, it feels like something has. I don't know how to explain that. It just, I don't know. It's just it feels weird.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know how
it's
to explain it.
an important life has come to an end. So I mean, it's whether she was actively still publishing and writing stuff, like that's kind of beside the point. Um,
Yeah, as the LAG, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry
It's,
if you're just hearing about it from us. It sucks if
but
you
I mean,
heard
I
about
don't
it
know.
on a
I
Star
mean,
Trek
I
show,
guess
but
hopefully you're this is a supportive community, and you're hopefully hearing it. I mean, you're hearing from somebody
yeah.
sooner or later. Yeah,
But yeah, apparently she passed away at home today,
yeah.
and was young. She was only 69 years old, which that was because
See, we're old, dude, and she's older than we are, and we ain't young, dude. We're not young, my friends. We are not young any longer.
but we're not old yet either.
It depends on who you ask.
We're not old yet. Well, yeah, if you ask some know nothing teenager, of course anybody over the age of like 25 is old, but I mean,
Oh no, I was thinking like, the munchkins, like the really little ones who look up at like middle schoolers as like the big kids.
as
And high
giants,
schoolers are like
like
grown-ups.
they're
They're the
practically
ones who are
dead.
like when you were that age, like the camp counselors were like they were the ones in charge. They
That's true.
seemed like grown-ups.
And they were
They
high
were as big
schoolers.
as grown-ups,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, so yeah.
But yeah, so rest in peace, bell hooks. I saw that on Twitter earlier today, and I was like, oh Jesus, an incredibly important, one of the most important feminist voices of her generation, and also, of course, wrote
or
about
ever, like
or ever,
literally ever.
but specifically of the last 50 years, and wrote about the intersection of gender and race, and was an incredibly influential voice in terms of framing ideas about intersectionality and black feminism. And she's just a legend, and it's difficult to overstate her importance. So yeah. Sherman DS9 fan. It was Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks passed away today. That's who we're talking about. Nothing to do with Star Trek. Something to do with, but an incredibly important person.
I mean, 255 AD, I can kind of, it just depends. Like, I mean, I just don't know. Like, you say, like, it is, if it's a template, or you just say, so-and-so is a pleasure to have in class. Well, no, you don't want to say the same thing and just switch out the names, unless it's a form that says so-and-so is exempt from their, I mean, we have, forms for like exempting from finals, but as far as like talking to parents about their kids, or guardians,
it should be a little personalized. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think.
So, yeah. Then and at the high school level, you don't have to have a sit down conference with like everybody, which I guess pros and cons. Maybe that's why parents are more involved at the elementary school level. I don't know. I've had some that like literally. I'm ticked about it that I haven't been able. I have altered the detail. But sometimes you want some of those details altered. Black Cover 95. I'm just saying, depends on who was on the report before you.
Well, thank you, Corey, very much, and and hope the conference goes well.
Hope everything goes well, Corey, and that it's all roses.
Indeed.
And bread. I have parents that I haven't been able to get in touch with, like at all, the entire term, year, and I'm just like, I've contacted everything that we had guidance to, and I'm just like, I'm mad about it. I'm just, I'm not. That's not okay. Yeah, like if there's here's how they're doing academically, here's how they're doing socially. Here are my concerns. Here are the things that I'm happy about. So if it's like a template, then that's a great way of making sure that you hit everything that you need to talk about. And then, of course, what are the parents, thoughts, suggestions, concerns, what do they want me to know about their kid? So, yeah. Oh, but, oh gosh. Yeah. I try not to think about that, but I'm mad about it. I'm really.
Well, because it feels like you're doing your bit and they're not doing theirs.
No. Because you're the grown up in the kid's life. I'm not their parent. I'm not their guardian. I'm not their caregiver. It's you. Why can't you get back in touch with the teacher? Like, what's going on? I'm just like that. I don't care if the kid's 15 or 16-year-old. I'm just.
Yeah.
People, like, family is the people who are there for you. And when the people that I have to go to as your legal caregivers are not behaving like family, then I'm mad on that student's behalf, because they should have somebody who's there for them.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in their life, but not happy about it.
Yeah.
And I know this kid's not the only one, and I'm just. There's
nothing
I can do about it. I don't like that either.
Do you know why you get this upset about it?
Because I care, and that matters.
I was going to say because you give a fuck, to touch on a conversation we had earlier that nobody else knows about.
Speaking of which,
there's the book.
I went to the library today.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
There's a dot there.
Oh, of course there is. The goddamn cowards.
and I'm sort of like, um, our culture today is obsessively focused on unrealistically positive expectations. Be happier, be healthier, be the best, better than the rest, be smarter, faster, richer, sexier, more popular, more productive, more envied, and more admired, blah, blah, blah. Be perfect and amazing and crap out 12 karat gold nuggets before breakfast each morning. Why is it 12? While kissing your selfie ready spouse and 2.5 kids goodbye. Then fly your helicopter to your wonderfully fulfilling job where you spend your days doing incredibly meaningful work that's likely to save the planet one day.
Okay.
Um,
Anything else?
This fixation on the positive, on what's better, what's superior, serves to remind us over and over again of what we are not, of what we lack.
I'll get to you in a second, Black Cover 95. Just give me a second.
You are constantly being bombarded with messages to care about everything all the time. Care about a new TV, care about having a better vacation than your coworkers, or I guess this is really about, wanting,
Yeah.
Want to buy that new lawnmower, want to have the right kind of selfie stick. Why? My guess, because wanting more stuff is good for business. And while there's nothing wrong with good business, the problem is that caring too much or caring about too many things is bad for your mental health. And I'm just like, this is so, like, I would love to manage my emotional connection to things because I mean, sometimes there's just nothing I can do. And like, I can accept that mentally, but I'm pissed about it. I'm not happy about this. I mean, I'm like, I want this student, I want things to go better. I want the student to have people in their life who can support them and provide for them and listen to them and care about, their dreams. And oh boy.
And there's only so much power you have to make that happen as a teacher. I love that one of the specific points of pressure enumerated in that list is you want to have the right kind of selfie stick. Like, what? If you're that may be the point where I'm like, okay, that's too far. Like, if you're judging other people's selfie sticks, not because you're someone who's like, oh, why do you need a selfie stick? People take too many pictures of themselves. But like, you're totally on board with the having of a selfie stick. You think that's fine, but you're just like, oh, not that one.
And see, the thing is, I don't care about those things. I don't have a selfie stick.
Right.
Obviously, I guess if I had one, I would want it to be nice and durable and easy to use and stuff like that. But I really don't care. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. Chris Kringle.
By the way, Mr. System 96, I have not seen Spider-Man yet. It hasn't come out yet, at least not where I'm at. I'm going to see it Friday morning, I think. And also, Black Cover 95, you asked why I changed from You Had to Ask Away. That's because You Had to Ask was a pre-recorded series, and I decided to end that and switch over to doing it as a live stream. So when I did that, I instead of keeping the title, I changed the title. So instead of You Had to Ask, it became Ask Away. So there you go.
At 255 AD, there was a really interesting article I read about Inuit parenting, and that it is more communal, and that if a parent's like getting, that somebody else takes care of the kid for a little bit while parent calms down, and so the kids have more adults in their community who care about them. Like, I mean, I think it could be much more healthy in an anarchistic society. That there's not. Oh, one of the things that is really coming to the forefront, especially this summer and into this semester, is parents like, parents have a right to, determine what their kids should read. Do they? Because
in high school,
even like and the point at at what point. And I think that's especially important for an anarchistic society in which, individual choice is very important, but at the same time, development is also understood and acknowledged. People have to make decisions for babies because babies cannot effectively or not as effectively communicate their needs. So they have to, and they can't do things for themselves. So,
well, and also, I mean, if you give every parent the right to say yay or nay to what books their kids are reading in school, then you get anarchy in the non-political sense. You know what I mean? It's just like, if
Well,
nobody's on the same page, literally everybody's reading different books and there's no unified instruction
they're
for
treating
anything.
what gets me is they're treating their kids like their property, like they own their children. I'm just like, oh, that's like, oh, like it turns it not so much turns my stomach, but it like curdles my spine. Oh, I'm just like, no, that's bad. Oh. Yeah, Azalea Jane, I don't so much use that. I use cooperation rather than competition, instead of saying socialism instead of capitalism. You know, I say, like, I mean, but I mean that applies like across the board. Like, I don't like competitive games; they stress me out. Really, I don't like timed games much at all. I don't know if anybody remembers the game Perfection, but that sucker, Lord,
I remember
oh,
that.
it's a
I didn't,
stress
yeah.
machine.
You don't like timed games, and yet you hate baseball.
No, baseball is also competitive, and it's
That's
boring.
true. Well,
You
no,
know,
that's not true.
yes, it is.
I mean, it's true for you, but it's not true. That is your truth. That is not my truth.
You like black coffee, Steve, and like unsweetened soda.
Speaking of which,
Oh, I've got a soda that you would like, Steve.
I do like, yeah, diet ginger ale. It's my brand too, Canada Dry.
And it's sweetened, folks.
It's delicious. I've had it before. It's delicious. I enjoy it quite a bit.
So outside of a capitalist setup, we wouldn't act like parents own their kids. Well, 25580, you were here for Readaway, right? When we looked at, and Shevik and Tokver raised, what was the kid's name?
Oh God, I can't think of her name.
Anyway, the little girl, they raised the little girl longer, like as parents than was, you know, they kept her in their family unit longer than was typical. And there are people who are like, okay, that's kind of like proprietarian, but whatever, you know. But then, you know, they finally did let her go off to, you know, the community raising center. So I mean, Le Guin apparently seemed to think it would work just fine if we weren't proprietarians.
Well, and I think, I mean, you know, I think actually that shows that you can take that too far in the opposite direction, because I mean, I don't think, and I mean, I don't, you know, I don't use the word proprietarian in my everyday speech or thought. But you know, the idea that it's automatically quote unquote proprietarian for parents to feel an attachment to their child and to want to raise their child themselves, like that kind of takes things too far in the other direction. I mean, it just depends on what your mindset is. Like I feel like you can think about other people in terms of, you know, that is my child, without necessarily intending to claim ownership of them in a materialistic way. It's more like stating that you're responsible for them, or that you consider them a part of your group, or, you know, it's not necessarily that sort of thing, you know.
Oh,
What?
don't let me forget. I need to look for my copy of On Writing, because I had a new student show up, haha, today. And we're on semesters, so the student is going to be here, was here today, it's going to be here tomorrow, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's it. Then all new classes next semester.
Oh, wow. Thanks for coming.
So, yeah, I mean, they move when they move, you know. So we're trying to get the student set up on the online program. So, because they were on year-long classes before, so they've done half of all of their classes. So that's really fun. And we get here and we've done all of half of our classes, which is exactly the other way around. So it screws with the poor kid's schedule. But anyway, we got to, this was during my online classes, and the student was reading Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird. And I'm just like, oh, Anne Lamott. And the student's like, you know who this is? I was like, let me tell you a thing. So I was like, you know, do you know any other books by this person? And I was like, there's an essay that comes to mind, but it may actually be that book. Can I look at table contents? And I'm like, yeah, it's this one. I'm not going to say it, but you've already read it. So there you go. It's the first draft essay by Anne Lamott. So anyway, I said, if you want to read another book, Stephen King's On Writing. And the student's like, Stephen King? I'm like, just trust me on this. Same. It's a book about writing. It's not, about like curses or supernatural or anything like that, or horror. It's about writing. And it's really good. So
yeah. So don't forget to grab your copy of that. I will try to remind you after the show if Azalea Jane, I can promise you, if we do make it that far, if we make it that far into the series before Dana says, you know what, I'm done, we will definitely not skip Take Me Out to the Hollow Suite. That is one I can guarantee.
If I hear about that, I might have to tap out.
If I tell you that's the next one, you're like, you know what? No, I'm good.
Or if I queue it up on Netflix, I'm like, Steve, you didn't say this one was the one about baseball. 255 AD to some degree, but at the same time, kids can respond, especially when they're young. They sort of reflect their parents' concerns, stresses, etc. And Mr. System 96, yes. What is it? Dues Points Ireland. Oh, so classic. And Andrew, I think that's a great way of putting it. And I don't have anything more to offer than thoughts and prayers, my friend. But all right. So Steve, how has your week been?
My week,
school stuff. And I'm still in the boot. Go ahead.
My week has been fine. I'm not gonna talk very much about it because we're already 22 minutes in.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. And I want to start the episode here in a minute, but yeah, it's been a good week so far. I released my my new Trek Actually video today, which is about comedy in Star Trek, and it seems to be going over pretty well, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So that's awesome.
Steve, Star Trek's not supposed to be funny.
I know that's what that's what some people think, apparently. This show about people, flying into space and meeting aliens that are just humans with shit glued to their faces is an incredibly serious show, and it must be taken seriously at all time, and it is not to be laughed at. But yeah, so that's been fun, and today
But it's also not supposed to be political.
No, it's not political, and it's not funny.
Or funny.
It's apparently just about people fighting in space with no political context, and also it's not to be laughed at. But anyway, so that went up, and that I'm glad that has gone over well. And the last couple of days I've been writing my videos for next week. My Monday video, because next week is Christmas week, my Monday video will be about Miracle on 34th Street, which is also the subject of the next episode of the Late Seating podcast, which will come out on Friday.
Wow, double header.
I know, it's my favorite Christmas movie. I figured, what the hell, might as well.
I made a baseball joke.
Yeah, you did. Ooh, you did a double header. And then
like the monster on Sesame Street, the purple one.
Oh yeah.
Just asked him.
Or Too Bad.
Okay, go ahead.
From She-Ra. But anyway, and also a week from today is going to be another Star Trek video that was actually commissioned by a viewer about Data and his attempts to have a human experience. So I've been writing that one today, and I'm almost finished writing that. So maybe finish writing that tomorrow.
It's really interesting that it's specifically a human experience.
Well, I mean, I think the explanation in universe is that Data was created by a human and is built to resemble a human. But the real answer is, as Captain Kirk says in Star Trek VI, let me tell you something, everybody's human. And that is usually my response when people get too pedantic with me about, well, technically he was a Vulcan in a Klingon. Oh my God. They're all humans, okay? They're all humans. The aliens in Star Trek are humans. They represent
They've just got
humans.
stuff on their face.
They're humans with stuff on their face, like the Klingon experience, the Vulcan experience, the Ryman. We're talking about human experience, human in a general sense. Okay, Jesus. Or like when
Andrew, was that supposed to be a secret? I mean, I think we all knew. Hey, Steve, Sarah doesn't like you.
Secretly not liking me. Oh, damn.
Oh, 255 AD, I sure hope not. Because, oh my God.
No, I love Santa Claus. When did I say it? No, the Christmas song, the Christmas, in Monday's video, I mentioned Christmas songs I don't like. And the two that I mentioned are The Little Drummer Boy and 12 Days of Christmas. I don't like, I don't like either one of those songs.
What? Those are the two? You didn't mention like the worst Christmas song ever?
Oh, you mean Christmas Shoes? But I don't hear that one. That one, thankfully, that one doesn't get a lot of heavy airplay.
You asshole.
Yes. Let's not do anything. Let's not do anything to change that. But no, I like Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Springsteen does a version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. How could I not like that? Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Come on.
Yep.
No, I like Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I kind of like Rain. No, it's not 12 Dancing Princesses, for God's sakes. That's the fairy tale. The 12 Days of Christmas. Because I like doing there's gestures you can do to indicate each little thing, and it's fun and silly, and I like that. It's not supposed to be a fun and silly song, but I have fun with it, and I like being silly. So #winning. Steve doesn't like being silly, and Steve doesn't like having fun. That's why he hates it.
No, I love being silly and having fun. I just hate songs that take forever and are stupid and aren't about anything.
No, you don't, Steve. You don't like fun.
I love fun.
No.
I am fun, Dana. I am a fun person. I am fun to be with.
I am convinced that you believe that, Steve. I accept that you believe that. I believe that you believe that. How's that?
You validate my feelings, even though you don't. Yeah.
Your feelings are valid even when they're wrong.
Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome.
Shall we start the show? Shall we start the episode? Shall we start the Star Trek episode?
Don't laugh, Steve. Oh, unemotional mess. Count your blessings.
Oh yeah,
seriously.
Great. Go look up the Patton Oswalt stand-up video or stand-up bit about it. That's the best way to be introduced to it. Patton Oswalt has a absolutely hysterical stand-up bit from it's been like 10 or 15 years ago now, where he goes through, he analyzes the lyrics.
I may not even be able to enjoy my second piece of pizza, Steve. Ugh.
Anyway.
Watch the show.
So let's all make sure we're ready to go with Deep Space Nine Season 2 Episode 13 Armageddon Game, and we're paused at 0 and ready to go. Dana, do you need to make sure your Netflix is ready to go? Because I had to reset. I had to reset mine because we've been talking so long.
Sorry, everybody. It's my bad.
It's both of our faults. We are both at fault.
Fine.
Okay, so anyway, let's all get ready to watch. I'll count this down from 3. I'll do 3, 2, 1, play, and we'll all hit play. When I say play, pretty simple.
255 AD, you've had almost half an hour. In fact, you were here before the show started. You should have gone then. You know, even if you didn't have to go then, you should have tried, just in case. God, it's like taking kids on a field trip.
I will vamp until 255 AD says that he is ready. But yes, I see. Yeah, you're David C. Drake says no more chit chat. Let's go. So I mean,
no, he says no more chit chat.
Oh,
please.
No more chit chat, please. Oh well, I'm sorry.
Okay,
David,
so I can do that. I can do that because you know I recorded a video today, Steve.
Yes, I do, about some things you got for your classroom.
Well, dadgummit, I shouldn't have.
Why not? You got something else? Oh. It is Christmas.
So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it on here. And so this is golden foil origami paper. And I know what I'm going to do with this one. Is I'm going to have students make them into snowflakes.
Ooh.
And talk about, the idea that the special snowflake is used, kind of derogatively, like,
Oh yeah.
But that we are not making snowflakes.
No.
We are making snow stars.
Ooh.
That we are, yes, exactly.
Nice.
That these are, they are just as unique as snowflakes, but they shimmer and they shine when the light hits them. They take the light and they reflect it back out to others. And that's what I want my students to do.
That's so nice.
You. And
okay, 255 AD is good. So black cover 95, there you go. We're starting very, very shortly. So, okay,
all right, here we go.
Count,
3,
here
2,
we go.
1,
Everybody
and
get ready.
When you say go.
Hopefully everybody's paused at 0. I'm going to count this in. 3, 2, 1, play, and we will start the episode. So here we go.
See,
ready?
You start the show.
okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, look, it's a spaceship. Imagine that.
Weird.
Moo.
Let me check the muon gauge. No, Radical
I will
Bacon,
say
you
this,
haven't mentioned.
Star Wars has better hair. Star Wars has way better.
I know. It's like, let's just give him a handle of hair.
Radical Bacon, you have missed nothing of consequence.
We
whatsoever.
literally just started.
Just
we literally
me
just
insulting
started.
Steve a whole bunch.
So yeah, same old, same old. The huge.
Wah, wah, wah. Bashir's complaining. As you all know,
O'Brien's just sick of hearing this. Yes, we have to find the right muon frequency. God damn it.
He's like, why are you telling us what we already know? Ah,
that's embarrassing. They wore the same outfit.
It's a uniform. It's supposed to be the same. Yes, we're very excited about this scene. Oh, I'm guessing that's likable. I'm like, liable, like reliable?
He becomes a liable character. He's liable to do anything.
What's he liable for this time?
Chris Peach, because if they throw it into the sun, there ain't no episode in that. What's the episode? Bashir and O'Brien go help them throw their weapons into the sun, turn around and come right back.
Star Trek.
Superman would be like, just throw it into the sun, dude. That's what I do with pretty much everything.
So this is going to end up being a 4-minute show instead of a 2-minute show. Okay.
Well, technically, you've already begun. I mean.
Well, Andrew, go wiggle.
All these jars of tomato sauce spoiled.
Exciting music.
Yeah.
And now the calm music. Nice little contrast.
The music had to do the heavy lifting there because it wasn't a very dramatic
nope.
segue into the credits.
Radical Bacon, I'm not really sure. Something about like a bomb.
It's a biological weapon.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
something they needed to destroy.
yeah, exactly. Because now the war's over. It's denuclearization. It's, we're going to dismantle our atomic stockpile. David C. Drake. But what if I want to keep, just one canister of harvesters? Like as a collector's item? But 255 AD, if they didn't gather them all in one place, how would they be able to easily destroy them? That's my question.
I don't know. And I really don't care.
Black Cover 95, not if they keep their mouth shut.
Oh, or if they talk about baseball. Steve likes baseball.
That's true.
But only talk about baseball.
Only. That is my new rule. Conservatives are welcome on my channel as long as they only express baseball related opinions.
Exactly. As long as they don't talk about being conservative.
Yeah. Black Cover 95, I think by the time we get to the era that Star Trek is set in, Superman 4 has been destroyed. It was lost in one of the wars, maybe. World War III came and all the copies of Superman 4 were destroyed. So nobody thought of chucking stuff into the sun.
Doop, doop, doop. Can't we just get a Kira spinoff show?
Star Trek Kira.
Mm-hmm. In finding out how to neutralize the harvesters. Blah blah. Yeah, see, look behind him. That is a harvester. You can tell because it's red. It ain't changed to green yet. I was paying a little bit of attention. I feel so good about myself.
It's going to be quite a party.
And I hate parties. Dadgummit.
Oh, Chief,
Brian,
don't say that.
Don't say that.
That's like saying, I'll be right back in a horror movie. You don't ever want to say that. Oh, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, here's the thing. You don't even know. Let me tell you. I can... Oh, remind me to tell you about that when we get to the commercial break.
But what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, great. What's all that red stuff? Oh, I guess they're doing multiples at a time.
I guess, yeah. Black Cover 95, well, sure, they're allowed to watch. I mean, I have no way to stop them if they want to watch, yeah.
Oh, boy.
255 AD, then they get banned. Uh-oh. Oh, that's, What are they still doing in there?
Oh, yeah, punch him.
That's Starfleet for you.
Oh! Does the rolling help? Yes, it helps. Where's your gun?
Hey, Pedro.
Pedro, oi!
Thank God the characters we care about weren't killed.
I said it was against the rules.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.
But he got hit with the thing.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be important,
Yes, right. when you get a shot that focuses on someone's forearm and nothing else, and they're not in the picture.
O'Brien has been harvested.
Blah, blah, blah. I was just going to have some grapes, damn it.
But my crepes.
5580, I'm right there with you.
Totally. I don't know if this fits in my computer. I just have a regular USB drive. Now get out.
No radical bacon. It's an Udaberry.
Yeah, snozberry is a totally different thing.
Udaberries are much rounder. Snozberries are long. I can never figure out. You think you got it turned the right way, and then you have to turn it over, and it still doesn't fit.
It's like, how can it not fit either way?
It's one of the ways has to be right.
So how comes Bashir is taking point here instead of O'Brien, the experienced combat veteran?
So that O'Brien can tell him to stop, that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Please don't kill us.
Stop it, you dumbass. Karash, don't you mean that's USZ?
Nice. Plenty of harvesters to eat. God, you're so racist.
It's because he's Irish.
Black Cover 95. Dr. Leroy Jenkins. Julian, wait. Julian Bashir. Exactly.
Don't just
now
put in there, Julian.
Now we need a Keurig machine to, you know.
Together. I didn't say it was a good chance. We may not get out of this. Oh, is he gonna go? Hey. Oh, I'm so sorry. I ain't supposed to be laughing.
Yeah, it's not funny. You shouldn't laugh at Star Trek ever.
Guess I ain't a Trekkie. Not even sorry.
Here, hold this.
You thought wrong.
I think you could take a seat is how you can help.
I read the manual.
So
Then piss off.
you're an experienced engineer with literally years of experience working on
I
space
watched a
stations.
YouTube video once.
I took this one course down at the Learning Annex. I'm pretty sure I can help you out.
The library had a free series. It was great.
I want to get a closer look at this. Oh, well, there's your problem. I've been asking you for one for years.
Didn't he just get baked?
I'll just DM her. Attendance is mandatory. I know we're all going to miss Chief O'Brien very much.
It's not luck, it's skill. Will you shut up? Didn't they say, like, did they say they just needed a doctor? I mean, it may be the number of doctors they need, and it may be that he's like the most important one.
Well, yeah, he's the chief medical officer, so they're going to need a replacement for him.
What's wrong with that?
Don't be dissing the food.
I also think about dudes.
I'm open-minded.
She got to know me and decided it wasn't a thing.
I think I'd rather kill myself. You should get back to work
I
there,
know
Chief.
that if I say something now, I'm liable to get killed. I should have held my mouth. I should have held my tongue a long time ago, but I didn't do it then because we had a show that needed time filled. So I kept running my mouth because that's what I do. I longer than that, Chief. That's his job. Chief mouthing off officer.
I'm Irish, dude.
I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today. Shit.
In my professional opinion, you're screwed. Now, I hope you're not here to tell me about some unforeseen tragedy. Oh, yeah. They're super dead. Yeah.
Hey, no blood, no foul.
I have the tape. You can watch it as many times as you want.
That's what you want. I mean, if that's your thing, I mean, okay.
I'll go
A
get
little on
my
the
daughter.
weird side.
We'll watch it together.
Woohoo!
And I'll have someone else take care of it because I'm really busy. I'm in charge of this entire space station. Like I can't do it myself, obviously.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. There's a VeggieTales song about that. We're
About what?
busy,
Oh, yeah.
horribly busy. I'll sing it for you later. Well,
I wish you
me.
would.
No, no, no. The other one. I'm pointing right at it. Look. No,
All
you
right,
won't
I'll
recognize that because
sit
you don't
down.
remember things, Steve.
All right, I'll sit down, Dr. Hitler.
About the women. Still an ass. Black Cover 95, technically they're fruits. Minus the asparagus and the peas. Which are French, by the way.
But fruit tails would send the wrong message.
Wait. Yes, well, it'll be 2 bars of gold plus platinum for that particular drink.
I think you're ahead of me somehow.
Didn't Cork just come over?
Yeah, but I think you were remarking on it before he got there. You're like, I don't know how you got so far ahead of me, but you're... Anyway, I'm going to pause it at the next commercial and we can sync back up.
Okay.
I love that mourning the loss of a good customer is like as sentimental as Quark gets.
It makes me think of that. I don't know how much Monk you watched.
I watched a lot of it, but it's been a long time, so I may have forgotten. I have a lot of work to do. Okay. Tim Tam, exactly. Miles never has a second cup at home.
Maybe you wanted to stay up all night.
All right.
Chris Kringle, exactly. Never lets you catch him drinking coffee. He doesn't have a problem, okay?
Just imagine O'Brien sneaking into the bathroom to surreptitiously sip coffee.
He's so excited, and he just can't.
Miles, you're doing drugs?
I'm so scared. Oh, Lordy. I know, Pedro. I mean, and see, that's just it. The acting, I mean, that's not bad. She's doing the best she can with what she's got. I mean, That, oh. Homebody, maybe the vegetable oils were like, the bitter bean juice. I mean,
yeah,
coffee's a bean. That's a vegetable, right?
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yes, Chris Kringle, it was.
It was a Saved by the Bell. Yes, absolutely. And by the way, I know I've said this ad nauseum to you, Dana, but to everybody else, the new Saved by the Bell is fucking genius. If you have Peacock, or you're thinking, or you're willing to pay for Peacock, they just released the second season of the Saved by the Bell reboot. It is absolutely outstanding. Yes,
I'm cheap, so
well, you then pay $10 for 1 month and watch the whole thing. It's only 20 episodes. It's 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Okay. It's really good, though. It's really good. No, Azalea, it's hilarious. It's so good.
Pedro, yes.
Yes. It is, and it was. Brokenhearted.
Azalea Jane. I
never watched Fuller House, but it looked awful. But I mean, then again, Full House was pretty awful too. So. Uh-oh, Brian just shit his pants.
That's a good shit.
he shit his spinal column out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, pause. Everybody pause. I am paused at 13:57 remaining. So Dana, if you need to to catch back up. And I'll go ahead and put it on the screen here too, so anybody who needs to resync can do so. Okay, so paused at 13:57 remaining on Netflix. So we'll just chat for a minute and then get back into it and give everybody who's not synced up with me a chance to sync back up.
So
okay, so Azalea, the Saved by the Bell reference was Dana singing the
I'm so excited.
The Pointer Sisters classic, I'm so excited, in the manner of Jessie Spano, who in an episode of the classic Saved by the Bell that was on in the early 90s, developed
drugs. She developed a very special episode.
She developed a drug problem, which in the Saved by the Bell universe means you've taken too many caffeine pills. And that caffeine just gets a hold of her. She can't break loose. And and that's she kind of freaks out. Well, 255 AD, I don't know if Julian is right about it being too dangerous for family life, but I mean, it is very dangerous. I mean, I've talked about that in my videos before. And I mean, and like even on the Ensign's log, now that our characters are living on the Enterprise D, like we've made jokes about that a bunch of times about like, why are there so many children on this ship? This ship is like, it's almost destroyed like every week. There should not be children on this ship. But it's just one of the things about Star Trek, especially TNG Star Trek and later, that became very normalized. You didn't really see young kids on Captain Kirk's Enterprise in the original show. But once TNG started, that became a very normal thing that, and you see families living on Deep Space Nine as well. So, it's apparently not considered too dangerous by most people. Yeah.
Yeah. But Julian's like, oh, I feel bad for them. Like, feel bad for what? Women who get involved with you. Like, I was like, is this supposed to show us? Oh, no. Yeah, we're okay. There's no growth yet. Okay. Yeah. So it's
The VeggieTales
from
song. Yeah.
The VeggieTales song is from the adaptation of the parable of the Good Samaritan. And the singers are the ones who can't help. And they sing, we're busy, shockingly busy, more than a bumblebee, more than an ant. Busy, horribly busy. We'd love to help, but we can't. Ta-ta!
Ta-ta! Eat shit. Sorry.
Yeah, there's like 2 verses and a chorus. It's great. I'm not gonna do the whole thing though, because I just don't feel like it.
Black Cover 95, you don't need to watch the actual Star Trek show to follow the Ensign's log. I think our show stands pretty well on its own.
I can promise you don't need to watch actual Star Trek.
Dana doesn't.
Now, in fairness, I have help and be like, wait, Jason, I don't know what you're talking about. Which planet is that? Exactly. Is that a ship or a planet? I don't know.
Dana is actually in the show and has watched very little Star Trek. So
I'm like, is this where Tasha dies? No, we're not there. Okay.
I think
that's fine.
I think if you, especially for the earlier seasons of Ensign's Log, which are the most of the episodes before Dana joined us as a regular cast member, if you do know the episodes that we're sort of referencing, then you might get some more of the jokes or have a little bit more of an appreciation for it, but it's not necessary. Like we tell our own stories, and most of our jokes, unlike certain animated Star Trek shows, do not rely purely on knowledge of the franchise or fan service or Easter eggs. Like the humor comes from our characters and how we interact with each other and the situations we find ourselves in.
Vulgarity.
And a
fan service.
A heaping helping of vulgarity.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I don't mention the Ensign's Log that much on my channel that I share.
There's because you might be a little uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry, Empire Jeff. Spoiler.
Yes, sorry about spoiling a 30-year-old plot twist.
Radical bacon, yes, but unfortunately, no dice. Steve's okay with it because there's no dice.
Because it's not a game.
I mean,
we're making art. We're telling a story.
You nerds take it seriously. I'm over here saying, "Run along home." And like singing some kind of song or something. Wait. Move along home. Go along home.
Count to 4. Alamarine.
Yeah, that one. See, I knew it. I knew that was a Star Trek thing. I remembered a thing. And that's this Star Trek.
I love someone asked Avery Brooks at a Star Trek convention, like what was his least favorite episode, and he mentioned that episode, and he said we had to sing that song. Anybody remember this? And he sings a little bit of the song, and he says, "It's not a bad tune. It was the rhyming." in that amazing Avery Brooks voice. Anyway, shall we dive back in and finish this episode?
There's something else. There was something else that I thought there was a question or something. Oh well, it must not have been that important. Sorry.
It might come back up before the end of the show.
Maybe.
Okay, so once again, I am paused at 13:57 remaining. So let's make sure we're all synced back up there. And
the whole Keiko thing. Now
the Keiko, yeah.
I mean, like, we know that they're still alive. So, I mean, it's hard to say how you'd react if you didn't already know. But the voices change. Like, the audio totally changes. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
When they're being fake? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
David C. Drake. That's good. I love it.
The rain in Spain falls mainly in Alamoraine.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just like, okay, bad writing. Moving on.
I mean, I think it is.
This episode was badly written.
We shouldn't have to do this. I mean, it's not super strong, but I feel like you could read that as, Keiko has a suspicion and she's being really insistent about it. And Cisco, I mean, really the only thing Cisco said was go ahead and go get the ship today instead of tomorrow and bring it back. Like, so you could interpret it as, well, maybe he's just, making sure that humoring her and making sure that, all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Dotted. Yeah, exactly. So that just to make sure, but
whatever.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Here we go.
No, they're out there. They're watching something else that is not on Netflix. I'd be like, no, I'm on Netflix. You watch something else. I think they're watching Monk.
There you go. Well, that would explain.
That was it. That was it. It was the good customer. Do you remember the one about the buttons?
You have to refresh my memory. It's been so long since
I saw where the Monk's dry cleaner doesn't sew his buttons. He wants her to sew the buttons on the same to match his other buttons. Like, because most people sew the buttons on crisscross. And one of the buttons, when he got his shirt laundered at the dry cleaners, one of the buttons came off. And she said, no, that's my style, parallel. And because, she's got a very strong accent and she sews the buttons on with the threads parallel. And it just like, no, you have to change it. You have to change. And she's like, no, Mr. Monk, you don't come here anymore. I don't want you. You're not a good customer. You do that. That's my style. And so anyway, they bring her. Monk recognizes the murderer because of the sleeve, and he's like, "I know who this. This is. I know this is so and so sleeve, and I know who's going to recognize the person." And so they bring her over to the guy's house, and he says, they show the torn sleeve from the murderer's shirt, and he says, "Wait, you mean?" You can tell whose shirt this is based on this. He's like, oh yeah, this is so-and-so shirt. So why you know pack up your shirts? How do you know? It's because this is my style. I saw it on Parallel. He's a good customer, not like you, Mr. Monk. Ma'am, he just murdered 3 people. He's still a good customer. That bit with Quark. The bit with Quark made me think of the dry cleaner.
Yeah. That's funny.
Stupid Mr. Monk.
Okay, now, Caitlin, we're about to unpause. So everybody get ready. And hopefully we're all synced up, like I said, at 13:57 remaining. And are you ready?
I am waiting on you, man.
Okay.
Again.
Well. Okay.
Gotta get my digs in.
You sure do, and you always do. Okay. You're the...
I don't know how... Yeah, I don't know.
You're the best. Okay. Here we go. Counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, Kemp, I try to do just the height shrillness, but yeah, it's hard to do that without doing the accent. It just mimicking how she says it comes out, and it is heavily racialized. She's supposed to be kind of annoying in the same way that Monk is, but mostly through the voice. And I'm going to get you home. Blah, 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 blah.
I'll never let go, Chief. 255 AD mushrooms. I switched up my pizza this week. I had a mushroom pizza instead of a
Ooh,
margarita
fun.
pizza. It was pretty good. Well, and Azalea, if the chief ever died, he couldn't suffer.
David C. Drake.
Don't start. And about being married to me.
Azalea Jane. Woohoo!
Doesn't matter that Molly's not really my daughter. I'm sorry, what? I'm going to shoot you.
Dun, dun, dun. Badger, Badger, Badger. Wait, no, Badger, 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 86, wasn't it?
Not my problem. 255 AD. I did not know that, but I don't really care.
Blah, 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 blah. Show me. Don't something, something, something. Show me.
Yup. Wow, wow. This, unlike he was drinking coffee, is real evidence. Chief, if you leave me now, you'll take
But
away
if
the
we
biggest
hadn't
part of
had
me.
the hysterical, unreasonable wife, we wouldn't have found the real evidence.
You know, the problem with Keiko is that she's just so bored since they closed the school.
Kemp, how do you know what? Well, never mind.
Don't kink shame.
I didn't. See, I stopped. Dun, dun, dun.
I think there's someone out there. Thank you, Unemotional Mess, for picking up on my song reference. We have way better weapons.
He caught me monologuing.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a good one, Black Cover 95. Is that why they call mushrooms shiitake?
We're just going to stand around because...
Do you ever like to imagine that like time has passed for the characters during commercial breaks? So they've just been standing there for like 5 minutes? Black Cover 95, yes.
Why are they
apparently
waiting?
Starfleet.
He's on his feet. Blah, de, blah, de, blah.
They need to give time for them to get beamed away like that, see?
Obviously. Again.
Oh, God, this is bad. Can we just fly away? Let's just fly away.
Why?
Yeah, I know. Why not just shoot right at them?
They're just slow.
No, get back here so we can kill you. He hung up.
Hey, Volcata.
Glad you could make it, even if you missed most of it. Oh, I'm sorry, Caitlin. Just Kringle, exactly. It's over. We're now at war with the Federation. We murdered multiple Federation officers for no reason. I'm sure it'll be fine. Eh. I was delirious.
Because they're not part of the Federation, Tim Tam.
Yeah, the aliens don't know.
They don't have the knowledge because they kill everybody who knows stuff.
Exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
The end.
It's not really O'Brien.
That would be funny if like
No!
Keiko pulls out a phaser. You're not my husband, and she like vaporizes him right there in the bed.
It's Kringle. That's great.
All right, end of episode. So, any particular thoughts on that one?
Was that supposed to be one of the good ones?
I think that's a pretty good one. I wouldn't say it's one of the best ones of the whole show or anything, but I think it's a decent episode. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, glad I got to hang out with you and talk to the people in the jet, but so they didn't have nearly enough Kira.
Oh yeah, not much Kira at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. O'Brien.
David C. Drake. Yeah, I like the payoff too. I like the punchline of, but I drink coffee in the afternoon all the time, and she's like, what?
Thank you. See, David Drake, exactly. Somebody has to have this show live up to its name.
You have to justify the title. And also, it's prophetic because you're the one who named it.
A self-fulfilling prophecy. I aim to please.
Yourself.
I'm the self. Indeed. Myself. 255 AD because the expository dialogue told us so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a case of the people on that planet asked the Federation for a favor. They said, hey, can you help us figure out how to destroy these harvesters? And they said, okay. And we
can do the thing.
Yeah.
And then there was technobabble, and then there was a drop thing. It focused.
Right, he got
arm, and that was like all you could see. You could see the arm, and then
a close up.
Well, I'm just not that invested to like go around looking for a marker. I'd be like, dot. And like there was nothing else on screen. I'm like, okay, that's important.
I think it's impressive that you even considered it, that you were even like, oh, let me look around, never mind.
Well, I mean, my pens and stuff, it's like it's right here. I'm like, okay, pens, pencils, no marker. Okay. Maybe further back in there, not really right. But they're right there within arm's reach.
And by the way, Homebody, yeah, Whispers is the next Deep Space Nine episode we're going to watch. We are not going to skip that one. Whispers,
the boring kind, Mark. I mean, I guess it wasn't boring for them. O'Brien nearly died. He didn't though. It always stops at 1. He had 1 hour left on the show. Push the button. Doesn't matter. Stops at 1.
But yes, Whispers is a good one. I like Whispers, and it's another good O'Brien episode. So.
Radical Bacon, is it like the last 10? Like
the final the final 10 episodes. For Deep Space Nine, they do it's not exactly a 10-part story, like it's not like 10 to be continued, but the last 10 episodes of the entire series are really highly serialized. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to make it, man.
Well, I'm not. I'm. We may not. We may decide to just be like, yeah, I'm good. I will say this though: if you decide that you want to stop before we get to season 4, I would at least like us to watch The Visitor together, because The Visitor is my favorite episode. So if we don't get there naturally, I would like to skip to the end and say, well, let's at least watch this one before we call the whole thing off.
So that's an episode, of course, that's all about Kira, right?
No, Kira's hardly in it at all. No, it's a Jake episode.
But it's called
The Visitor. Oh shit! I didn't even see that.
Star Trek joke.
That's nice. That's nice.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. No, the Visitor.
And she's not in it. Why?
She's in it a little bit. But it's not like it. But yeah, no. But the Visitor.
255 AD. No. It's the money wasn't good enough. Well, what's going to happen when the money is good enough? Well, that's going to be a real interesting day.
Yeah.
Did you actually get that time? Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Black Cover 95.
Yeah. Oh, Caitlin, does the next Hilda have my favorite character in it? I don't know. I haven't seen it before, but is it the Return of the Woodman? I hope.
I don't remember. I lose
Yeah.
track. I forget things. That's my superpower.
Well, and
Oh, wait. On writing. I'm getting on writing.
You get your copy of On Writing, yes. Write it down.
I'm putting it on my hand. I'm not going to lose that.
You're not going to lose your hand? Let's hope not. Ow.
No.
You're gonna
No. On writing. Okay?
I know, but you're going to look at it and go, why was I writing ow on my fucking hand? Oh, on writing.
Or I'll look at it this way and go.
Mo? Who the fuck is Mo?
The second stooge.
That's
he's
Larry
the second
Moe and
one.
Curly, yeah. But he spells it with an E.
You don't spell it with an E, it's IT. Man, I'm just on it.
Who spells it with an E? What the?
I didn't think it was that funny.
255 AD. If Dana gets sick of DS9, she ain't gonna like Enterprise either. Hey, okay, you don't like this far superior Star Trek show, so let's try this shitty one.
Oh yeah.
What?
We watched the teaching show that was on something. The elementary school one.
Oh yes, do you want to talk
Abbott
about that
Heights,
a little
wasn't
bit
it?
before we? Yeah, Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, Abbott Elementary. Yeah, the
Yeah, you
elementary
want to talk
school.
about that for a few minutes before
A couple minutes, and then
before we wrap
I'm
up?
pretty tired, and it's not wrestling time yet, but I'm pretty
Not
tired.
yet.
Yeah, and then I saw on Twitter they're like, no more episodes until January, and I was just like, were there a bunch and I missed it? But no, apparently it's like the pilot and then nothing.
It's a weird scheduling choice where they show the pilot and then they're like, more episodes in a month. Hope you liked it. Black Cover 95, I don't intend to. I'm probably not going to watch Lower Decks on my own from now on. So I'm certainly probably not going to do a watch along series with it. But no, so about Abbott Elementary. So for people who don't know, Abbott Elementary is a new sitcom on ABC, and it's about teachers at an elementary school in Philadelphia, and it's like a kind of like a mockumentary style comedy, like The Office was, where it's the characters are aware of the camera and they're talking to the camera in addition to going about their business and stuff. And but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good start.
There were some parts where I was just like, oh, I have to get up and walk away and not listen to. It was the dude. The
white guy.
It was the dude. Oh my God, the white guy.
Who's like trying to be, because it's a mostly a mostly black cast, but
And
there's one white
and
dude.
he's like he starts talking about white fragility. I'm like, course, of course, you're quoting Robin DiAngelo. White Fragility, the book about the Black experience that's written by a white woman for white people. That's the one. That's the one that you know.
But what I like about it is that I like how the other characters shut him down, but
Yes,
they do it in a loving way. They're not mean to him. It's not like anybody
they're
says,
not. Well,
"God,
no,
shut the
no,
fuck up," but they're just like,
no.
you
We've
know,
talked about this. We've talked about that's right.
yeah.
But clearly they've talked about it multiple times. And like, I'm like, yeah,
Well,
y'all
but
have way
see,
more patience.
but here's the thing. It's a
It's comedy.
comedy.
It's
So
comedy.
if
But I'm just
if
like, dude, because I'm not. Shut up. I'm just like, I'm walking away now. Just turn and go. Turn and go.
but yeah, I thought it was a good
And
start.
if he
And it's
touched my hair, see. But the other thing is, first of all, I mean, I'm white. Second, like back towards the beginning of the year, and we may have talked about this. There was, I mean, because there were the TikTok challenges, and students were like graffitiing and
oh yes,
vandalizing schools.
yes.
And like the next one was punch a teacher. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not worried about that one. I'm 6'1" and almost 200 pounds.
So,
and at the time, I didn't have a broken leg. Let me tell you, even
Yeah.
with a broken leg, they're not going up to me.
They know you ain't the lady to mess with.
They know I ain't a lady.
I ain't no lady.
I'm no lady. So somebody asked Black Cover 95, how far does this reluctantly series go? Until one of us is like, nope, that's it. I'm done.
Until Dana says, I don't want to watch any more Star Trek.
Probably me. Let's be honest. Be like,
Because I am. I mean,
please watch something else. I'm tired of this Star Trek stuff.
At least as long as we're on Hilda, I think I'll be all right. Because I have enjoyed Hilda. So I don't think I'll be tapping out from my end unless we get to the end of Hilda and you're like, we're going to watch something else. And then I'm like, oh no.
Well, I've said after Hilda, I think my next one's going to be another movie and it's probably going to be Dead Again. But we've got a lot more.
Oh,
Hilda, a lot more Hilda to get through.
Some Brana, some classic Brana.
Oh God. Well, vintage.
Not classic,
Brana.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I know. So, I'm as far as other series that I really like that you haven't seen, there's not a whole lot of television that I really.
Right.
Oh. Did I get you to watch Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries?
No.
So that might be another one. I liked that. Has a very Tommy and Tuppence vibe. Maybe that one. Blub, 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 blub. You can abbreviate DS9. It's already abbreviated.
It's already abbreviated.
2 letters and a number. It ain't gonna get much shorter than that.
Have you ever seen the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmeses? The ones from
Is
the
that
80s?
the one with the girl Watson whose name I know and cannot come up with?
No. You're thinking of Elementary.
Elementary, yes.
With Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elementary is all right. No, but this
Well,
is
I just
one.
like Lucy Liu.
Yeah. Oh, she's terrific. No, these are the ones from the 80s that were on.
I didn't have TV in the 80s.
I think Granada. Well, but they've been on other things since. But no. So if you ever wanted, if you ever decided, I want to keep doing a watch along series, but I don't want to watch Star Trek anymore. For my side.
Steve. No. No. You know what you want to do next. In fact, you might want to scrap DS9 so that we can do this.
What? Oh, I can't wait. Tell me what.
I've never seen MacGyver. Sorry, everybody. We might be changing things a lot sooner than you anticipated. You didn't know that. You didn't know that?
You've never seen any? You've never seen a single episode? I mean, I knew you weren't like a huge diehard fan or anything, but you've never seen a single episode of MacGyver?
I don't know that I have. Like,
oh man.
honestly, like, if you told me who played MacGyver, I would probably recognize the name.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
If you showed me a picture of MacGyver, I might recognize him.
He's best known for playing MacGyver.
Well, presumably, because I don't know from anything else. That's for sure. Like,
I mean, people who were like big fans of Stargate SG-1 would recognize him from that too, because he was the star of that show as well. But that show was never nearly as widely popular.
Like, I've heard of MacGyver, and I know about MacGyver and like bubblegum and duct tape and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everybody knows that. Black over 95.
It's the reason I have a Swiss Army knife. I still carry a Swiss Army knife to this day. This is the same Swiss Army knife I carried like 20 years ago when back in the good old days. Yeah, that's my MacGyver knife.
That's your MacGyver knife. I do not have one of those, but I do have an Omni tool.
Those are good too. If MacGyver used one of those, I'd probably have one of those. But MacGyver uses
does your Swiss Army knife, does it actually have needle nose pliers?
Yes, it does. Right there.
Those are okay. Good.
Close enough. Well, I guess they're not technically needle nose, but they're so. I mean, they're so small.
They're very small. Yeah, I think that would be. Well, the needle nose are also about the reach as well.
Yeah, they have like the long
nose. Yeah.
No, but they're pliers.
So I mean, it essentially, literally, in a pinch.
Shit.
So.
I'm sorry, David. I didn't mean to trigger SG-1 fans, but I think it's just a fact. The show, I think it ran for, I think SG-1 ran for 8 seasons and MacGyver only ran for 7. So technically,
it was really popular.
It was a successful show.
I know the title of the show, but like, it doesn't have the same cultural resonance that MacGyver did.
No, not even close. I mean, not even close. Yeah.
Omni tool, and mine is actually over with my jewelry crafting supplies, which is what I usually use it for. So I would have to
use those needle nose pliers.
I do. Seriously. And then also for the knives for like getting either my wires or not so much thread, but like if I'm using a line to fit it down at the end so it's easier to string the beads.
Radical Bacon, that's a pretty good suggestion actually, as far as skipping episodes. Do whispers and then skip ahead to the Maquis. I don't know. Blood Oath is a pretty good episode. I might skip. I might go from whispers and skip to Blood Oath and then do the Maquis, because Blood Oath is one of my favorite episodes. But that is a good suggestion, because I would like we've watched this. I think the next Deep Space Nine episode we watch will be the one right after the one we just watched today, so that we haven't been skipping for the last couple of times. So I would like to jump ahead a little bit. So
move along home.
Indeed.
All right. Speaking of moving along home, let's wrap this up. Do not forget about the charity links.
Indeed. Charitylinks.page is the address, and it's all linked in the description. If you have a few extra bucks and you want to help out some friends of ours, you can go follow that link, and it'll take you to a Google Doc that our buddy Some Random Geek maintains that has links that you can follow to help out some friends of ours who need a helping hand, who are in some financial hardship, and we will really appreciate that. Also, don't forget that Dana has her very own YouTube channel.
I do.
Yes, indeed. And what's your favorite thing that you want everybody to do?
Leave comments for me. If you can like the post and ding the bell and all that, that's nice. Comments. Woo! And I have a video going up tomorrow. Yay! So. And I just added in its description, and I apologize that the video that went up a while, I think my most recent video, it didn't have a description, but I put the description in along with an apology about having forgotten to do it. I was just like la 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 la. Oh, that video went live, and it just has a little blank spot there. Oopsie. And then also let's not forget that this Friday is
the end of our discussion of Quicksand.
thank God. And Steve, I have a surprise for you if I don't forget it.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to remind you.
Yeah. So
awesome.
And and I am planning for after when we're not doing Read Away anymore, the day after it would have I want to start doing the live stream, Steve.
Okay.
I want to start doing a live stream.
Yeah, on your channel.
On my channel.
Yeah.
It'll be my very first live stream. But it won't be then it'll be on Saturday.
Right.
So it'll be the Saturday 7, and I want to talk about 7 good things that have happened, and I would love for people to come and share the good things that have happened, because golly knows there's a lot of not good things that are happening. So I think if we look for good things, maybe that will help us be more aware of the good things in our lives. And I need that right now, you guys. There's a lot of not good.
Yeah.
So the last Read Away is this Friday, so it won't be this Saturday. And then the Friday after that is, are you going to do an Ask Away on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve? You're doing an Ask Away on Christmas freaking Eve, dude. Okay.
I don't have plans. I'm going out to eat with my family on Christmas. I don't got shit to do on Christmas Eve.
Well, I'm not starting my live stream on Christmas, and I'm not starting my live stream on New Year's. And then the Friday after that's going to be your next Ask Away, right? Because you have one the day before Christmas.
Right. So then
you don't have one the day before New Year's, which is
right.
exactly
So it'll be after. So it'll be the Friday
following,
after New Year's. Yes, will be the next Ask Away. Yes.
So the next Friday, when we would have Read Away, the day after that Saturday, that's going to be when I do it. My first one.
Okay. So that'll be the 14th.
No, maybe. So no, it can't be, because the first is going to be on a Saturday. Yes.
Oh, that's right. You're doing it on a Saturday. Okay, so it'll be the 8th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Yeah. The Saturday after my first Ask Away of the new year.
No, because it'll be the Saturday after Read Away would have been.
Then that would be the 15th. Okay.
Yeah. 15th in the evening.
Okay. Yeah, and by the way, yes, the show we were talking about earlier, the teaching show, is Abbott Elementary. Yes. Yes,
but Elementary is the Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, there may have been some confusion there. Yes, Elementary is the Sherlock Holmes show that we referenced briefly.
Two very, very different shows that both happen to have the word elementary in the title.
Like for instance, Abbott Elementary, Lucy Liu's not in it at all.
Yeah, I know. It's such a bummer.
Like, not even a little. So
that's what they should do for the rest of the season. Maybe that's why they had to wait. They're trying to get Lucy Liu.
They're shooting the Lucy Liu episodes right now, so.
Oh man, that would make it better.
And then she goes all Kill Bill on one of the kids and lops, lops somebody's head.
Not the kids.
Not the kids. Okay,
not the kids.
The principal?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
And holds up her head and goes, "If any of you have anything else to say, now's the fucking time." I love that. Now, if any of you sons of bitches have anything else to say.
I like pie.
Fair enough. Okay. And also unnecessary.
What?
I mean, unnecessary for you to say it.
Oh, because I know you already know that I like pie.
No, pie is not unnecessary.
Oh, no.
I would never say that, and I would certainly never say that to you.
Pie.
I really do like pie. Anyway, so we're going to end the show. So
Black Cover 95, I have. Steve has not.
I have not.
I think you've not seen any of it?
I've never seen any of it. It doesn't interest me even a little. So, no. And Radical Bacon, I really like Helga. Oh, you mean?
I mean,
yeah, I like Helga. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're talking to Steve here, because I suggested it because I like it. I've seen it. I like it.
Oh no, well, Helga. I think she means Helga, the character from Quicksand, not Hilda. I like Hilda too, but I like Helga. You
tired of Helga. Tired
you
of
are completely
Helga.
off the Helga bandwagon. I actually like Helga, but
I'm so ready to be done with this book.
Yeah. Well, we're almost there. One more show, and then you're free.
Day after tomorrow.
All right, everybody.
Like, thanks. Seriously, dealing with this book is going to make me look forward to grading finals.
Ooh, wow. Speaking of Hilda, though, we'll be back next week to watch the next episode of Hilda, which is chapter.
Which will be after finals.
Yes, which is chapter 10.
And I might be stressing about grading, but hopefully I won't be, because it'll all be done. You'll have to ask me, are you done with your grading? And I'll either be like, yes, or I'll be like, oh God, don't remind me. So much for Christmas.
Chapter 10, The Storm, is the next episode of Hilda that we're going to watch, and that'll be next week. So, all right. Good luck making it through finals. Well, actually, we'll see you on Friday, but then next week, by the time we see you next week, you'll be.
Yeah. Okay. So keeping your thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers that Dana makes it through finals next week.
Tomorrow is when I have my local officials talking to my students. So there's schedule changes and room change and potential for it to blow up in my face. No Kemp, but I might enjoy it more if it was. Certainly better dressed and with better hair and eyebrows. No, Vilcott, I can totally jump out of my chair and bounce around on this other ankle. I just hold the boot up. You
just can't land on the bad foot. Yeah.
No, that would be bad.
That would be
all right.
Yeah. Anyway,
it is almost time for wrestling.
I know. I gotta go.
No,
I was about to make it,
and I am fading because I took my medicine. It's almost bedtime for me.
I was about to make a wrestling reference there and say you have to be careful not to walk on your bad foot, or you'll wind up like Kerry Von Erich, which is a reference you probably don't get. But if there's any hardcore wrestling fans watching, they just went. So anyway, that's all, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll
Bye.
See you next
time. See you on Friday, hopefully. If
see not,
whenever.
Whenever. Bye, everybody.
It's all good.